guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be taking you through our setup room in detail. I know I get a lot of questions about this. We did a video like this a couple months ago. It's kind of a lot of new stuff, so I figured let's get into it real quick. Before we start though, don't forget if you're not following us already, make sure you follow us. We're live every day at 8 a.m. on twitch.tv/BoneyMill. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, so the first setup we'll be going over is Shrek Setups, aka Shark. His runs are really pretty much pro setup, I guess you could say. Let's take a look at it real quick. So you can see here, he's got uses the Apex Pro TKL. He has the Cape Town Final Mouse, which is super light. It's actually insane. And then we have the Blue Yeti microphone here that you can see right here. And of course, he has the little rim light camera right there. I believe that is, I want to say a Logitech, but I'm not 100% sure. I'll get more info. I'll leave it in the description what camera that is. And then he runs also a 2070 graphic card with an i7 in his computer. So with Drake's setup, we see here he's got a 240Hz monitor, Apex Pro SteelSeries, the full keyboard, no 60%. He's using a Blue Yeti microphone, Logitech G Pro wires with the Logitech mouse pad. He's also got one monitor on the top. This is what he uses for alerts, and he's this giant monitor on the side for his chat. Also, this is a Logitech C920 that he uses, and yeah, it pretty much goes over his whole setup. Let's get on to the next one. Alright, one of the last setups in this room is my setup, which is going to be probably the most complex. We'll go over it real quick, but to start, let's take you over here. This right here is actually my computer. So my computer goes all the way across the room, but you can see it runs all the way around the room, all the way to my computer, which is those monitors over there. So it's got a lot of wires from this computer. We'll go over that real quick. Here, right here, this is just for my headset, SteelSeries Arctic Pros, and then these are just some Buga speakers I bought. They work fine. Just needed some speakers in the back. This is right here an iLive bass tower. It works really well. This is how we hear music during the stream. If you're in the stream, this is exactly how we're hearing all the music. And then those are some Nanolys over there. Shout out to them for sending those to me. And then my favorite part of the room by far is definitely the skull in the back of the room. This is was made by my uncle, custom made. It is literally probably the coolest thing in this room. Hands down, this thing is huge. Like, look at how massive this thing is. I'm literally 6 feet tall. To give you an idea of how tall this sign is actually gigantic. So it's really cool. I love the sign. It really makes the room. We got the Christmas tree that stays up here around. 2 bean bags, the amp, and then yeah. Let's go into it now. My setup a little more in depth. Before we go into it though, all these computers in this room are 2070s with i7s. So they're all pretty powerful computers. Even the stream computer, which we'll get into in a little bit. But yeah, let's continue. Alright, so this is my setup. My setup runs a HyperX Quadcast mic. We got a boom arm here. Then we're going to move in a little post. I use an Apex Pro TKL, Logitech G Pro wireless. This is for the streaming computer, which we'll get into in a minute. I have 3 monitors. The one in the middle is for gaming. It's a 240Hz. The one over here I use for chat, and then the one over here I use mostly for alerts in Discord and Twitter, stuff like that. And then this computer over here is actually the streaming computer. So this is where we run all the OBS, all that good stuff. That computer is actually right down here, which you can see. Sorry about the wires. I'm still working on wire management, cable management. It's in the works. So yeah, that runs the streaming computer. This is a Matrix Elite keyboard. So I get asked a lot, like, how do you run 3 mics without echoing, all the stuff like that? What I do is I turn all the mics down to the lowest gain. So there's really no gain at all on these mics. So you really have to like talk right into the mic, otherwise it's not gonna pick up anything else in the room. So that's really how I get the mics not to echo. It's basically like what people use for podcast settings. When they do a podcast and they sit right next to each other and they don't echo, it's the same exact thing I did with these mics. That's how I don't get to echo. For to get all the screens on the streaming computer, I actually have 3 Elgato HD 60Ss plug into each computer, and then they just mirror into OBS. So I just set them up in OBS, and then 3, and then I use the Stream Deck, which let me show you real quick. That Stream Deck right there handles everything in the room. pretty much literally everything. Lights, scenes, mics, like I have everything set to it. So that's how pretty much it makes it really easy once you get one of those. I recommend if you don't have one, at least get a smaller one. I don't know if you need the bigger one. If you don't have 3 people, I don't really see a use for it, but if you have a lot of scenes, maybe, I don't know. But definitely find the small one, really good. The Stream Deck, definitely use that. All cameras are C920s, and then I have one vlog camera, which I can show you guys real quick. This is the one that I use for the room. This is my room camera. It is actually a 4K camera. I use this one for vlogs. Problem is when I got it, I was on sale and I wasn't aware that the microphone in it's pretty bad. So I really just use it for video now. I don't really use it much for anything else than that. This is my prop closet. We got some like props over there, some old headphones that I just keep just in case one of ours break. And then yeah, all this stuff is mostly just other wires, cables, all that good stuff. All right, guys, so like this is like pretty much it, but let's just get into some of the last stuff you probably don't even notice when you look at it. In this room, we had to have a couple things installed, starting with the amps in the back. We actually have 3 extra outlets that are 20 watts each that come into the room. It allows so the room doesn't short out. When you're running this many PCs in a room, you really want to be careful with shorting out your electricity. Even 3, I heard, is much, and I got 4 in this room, so you definitely want to watch out for that. If you are planning on putting more than 2 PCs in a room, definitely watch to make sure your room can handle it. In the back we have some shutters. These I get asked a lot of questions about, which I'll show you in a minute. Maybe I can show you right now while I'm talking over this. These shutters are actually put in. They allow actually something really nice that most people don't even think of. Is these lights on top of me right in here reflect off the shutter, allowing for a good like amount of light on your face when you're streaming. It's something, it's not just for decoration, I use it also for that. It's a lot of things people don't think about when they install it. We have the AC unit put in here, the thing's a lifesaver. It was so hot in this room before I got that AC. Love the AC, it's probably like one of my favorite things, obviously, in this room. Yeah, honestly, I think that pretty much finishes up this video. I got a mini fridge here. But other than that, I love any of your questions. I know this is a very complex setup. I've never seen anyone else do a 4 PC streaming setup. So, if you have any questions on how to even do 2 or maybe even 3, feel free to DM me below. I've learned a lot from just messing up. So, yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to leave below. Subscribe if you liked the video. And come watch us live 8 a.m. every day on twitch.tv/Borneo. I love you guys. Take care and have a great rest of your day.